Hello, everyone. We are live with a topic that is to us really important, resilience. And to know what we're really going to be talking about, I just pass the mic, so to say, to Ingrid. Hi, Ingrid.
Hi, thanks, Anya. Welcome, everyone. Good morning, if it's still morning for you. Yeah, I'm very excited to do this with you, Anya, and with all of you. And yeah, resilience, such a big topic. And I think one of my favorite quotes or thoughts about resilience is that it's not about how we endure, it's about how we recharge. And yeah, this speaks volumes about what resilience is and what resilience isn't. And this is why we chose this topic, right? Like how do we recharge, and how do we recharge over the weekend?
Yes.
Which for many people it's like finally, so many people wait for Friday. Thank God it's Friday, like it's some magical door opening into the realm of resilience and well-being, only to find that they're so busy, even on the weekend, that it's really hard to find the time and the attention, yeah, to build some well-being and resilience. So yeah, let's start with a question. What is well-being? Like, what is for you, Anya? What gives you a sense of well-being? And maybe I can share my little example. My most basic thing is having a sense of well-being in my body is to do my regular everyday 20-minute, 30-minute stretching. Because I have back pain, like I have a little problem in my spinal cord, and if I don't do that, I have actual like real pain. And so that's the bare minimum for me for a physical sense of well-being. Yeah, what is it for you?
I start there. I also do the stretching and the exercise. Funny enough, I know it's good for me. Well-being, no, I wouldn't say that. It's a chore for me, but for me, well-being is I've got a huge garden out there.
Mm-hmm.
Well-being for me is actually being in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily have to do any work. I can just sit in a chair, enjoy the sunshine, look over the greens, look at the trees. But I also enjoy actually working in the garden. It gives me and my body, but also my brain, a sense of well being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can totally relate. I don't know if I told you before, but I'm so lucky and privileged this week to be in the Italian Alps, surrounded by nature and garden and animals. And yeah, I mean, nature being such a tremendous resource for well-being, even as you say, just sitting and looking at it, looking at green. It's been proven, it's been by research proven how restorative it is to look at nature. So nature is all around us pretty much. I mean, maybe not in the center of big cities, but it's not that impossible to access nature for all of us. And it's not that impossible to do our little stretching routines. And yet, even for me, and I'm a resilience and leadership coach, whatever, but even for me, it's a challenge often. And you even called it a chore. So
Yeah. Yeah.
why is this a challenge? Why is well-being a challenge for most of us?
Um, I think, and we talked about it previously, well-being is kind of like at the end of a long list of things
Mhm.
to do, because especially at the weekend, I go shopping. There's the cleaning, there's the washing. For other people, there might be hobbies, the kids who need to go to the football games or whatever. There's so much to do that actually, and well-being, you know, if you listen to the word, it's not well doing, it's well
Mhm.
being,
Oh, I love that. I love that perspective.
right? Right? So we do and we do and we do,
Mhm.
but aren't actually in the sense of we aren't. We don't just enjoy the being. So that's why I call it maybe a chore and why it's a challenge. And just to come back, you said in the city, it is more difficult to have nature. And you know, the picture I had, I always come back to you. People my generation, they know the film Pretty Woman. And there's that one scene where the guy goes to like just a patch of grass and takes his shoes off. You know, in the middle of a huge city. So even if we're in the city, maybe you have a balcony and you can sit on the balcony. Maybe there's a park close by. You do find a little bit of green. Just find a tiny, tiny bit of green. Maybe you have flowers in your flat. Look at them. I've got 2 flowers here. I can look at them.
I mean, this is how far we've gotten away from our connection with nature, that now there's an actual word for what you just mentioned, like taking our shoes and socks off and walking on grass. It's called earthing.
Yeah.
There's an actual word for the most basic, simplest thing that humans can do. So it's a challenge, and this is actually one of the biggest topics, or one of the most common topics that I also work with my clients on. How do we make ourselves at least an equal priority to everything else, but maybe even a bigger priority? Yeah, since we're the resource, like we need the resource in ourselves to actually do all the other things. Yeah.
It's like, you know, when you're on a plane and you get all those safety instructions, there is that part about the oxygen. And I think we really forget that very often, that we need to have the oxygen mask first to be able to help everybody else. So for me, not trying, that's the wrong word. For me, making time for myself, not just at the weekend, but especially at the weekend, to look after myself so I can start the next week with energy and motivation and enthusiasm, because I need that for my clients. I can't come in there deflated and tired and out of steam. So we do need to do that.
And also just to have that sense of, oh, life is good.
Yeah.
I feel good in my body. I feel good in my heart. I feel good in my mind, and life is just good. Yeah. This is how it's supposed to be, and ever so often it isn't. So I guess that our question to everyone out there listening, watching is exactly this. Like, what can you do? Like, what's that smallest, tiniest thing that you can do for yourself, even amidst all the circumstances that you may have control over or you may not have control over? What's that smallest thing you can do? And for me, one of the things is this whole stretching thing, which I actually have to do because of the back pain issues that I have. But I came to the point that I actually enjoy it, because I enjoy my body getting that sense of relief and decreasing pain, and getting that sense of, oh, this is good for me. I guess that's the question that we want to have everybody reflect on and look at. Really, what's that one thing that you're willing to do, to try maybe this coming weekend, right? Is there any tip or any thought that you have, Anya, that maybe we can throw in here into the space?
I think the part is that we often think, I don't have time. I just don't have time to do that. I can't take half an hour, 20 minutes out of my busy schedule to actually do that. And for me, I just tried recently again. I mean, I'm always drinking a lot of water. Well, I try. But since Monday, I've got like a large bottle of water always next to myself, and I consciously make an effort to drink water to basically hydrate myself. That has something to do with well-being. And a second idea that I want to give you as a listener, as a watcher out there, think about something that takes maybe a minute. Take a deep breath. It is shown, studies have shown that we usually just breathing like, we don't notice because it's just become so natural to us. But actually taking 1-2 deep breaths, which we
So big
usually do.
difference.
Yeah, it's totally different. Feels totally different in our body. And that doesn't even take 10 seconds. So these are my two suggestions.
That's great. I mean, the breath is always there. It's always available, and it makes such a huge difference. And I really love that you brought a glass of water. Yes, here's my glass of water, and maybe I can share. I mean, we're a little bit over the 10 minutes, but maybe I want to share something about this glass of water. I've been on this path of self-development and self-awareness for 20 years, actually. And the first thing I've done before even going into therapy, coaching, and all that, the first thing I've done is I had a few sessions with a kinesiologist, and so the one thing that I took away from those sessions is she told me once to take a glass of water and just drink it in such a mindful way that I can feel, the drops of water, the sips of water going through the body, through my body, and imagine that this cup of water, this glass of water, has the power of cleansing. And so ever since then, I mean, this might sound a bit like a pseudo whatever thing, but ever since then, I drink water religiously. I love water. Ever since then, I drink every cup of water, every glass of water, like it's the symbol and the actual material of life force and purity. So, if there's nothing else you can do for yourself over this weekend, just take a glass of water and make it important, make it meaningful, make it mean something, right?
Absolutely. And we're just going to wrap up because I want to leave you with a question. You out there, it is Friday, you might still be in the office, you might still have a pile of things that you need to do before you can go home tonight. Take a minute and just think of one thing. Don't overdo it. One single thing you are committing, really committing, not a sentence like maybe, if I can, possibly, I try to. No, commit to one thing that you're doing to actually recharge your batteries this weekend. And I'm so proud of you to commit. And well, from both of us.
And we would love to hear, you can leave a comment. We would love to hear what your commitment was and how you did.
Absolutely. So from me, I think from you, Ingrid, thank you very much for watching. Leave comments, share it with others, because I think we all need to have a bit of ideas about recharging our batteries. And then we see you soon.